We're talking to Roderick Johnson. He's a lending relations specialist with the Small Business Administration. Roderick, you were just saying that people can reach right out to you directly. Did you say Roderick.Johnson at SBA.gov?
Yes.
And so they can pull together what again if they want you to look at their packages?
So they can pull their financial package together, send it to me. I will review it for completeness. I will do a small down and dirty analysis to see if the company actually cash flows, determine the amount of debt that the company can repay, and then I'll typically send their package out to 3 different banks to bid on the business.
And this is free?
This is free.
Oh, my goodness. You can't beat that, right, Carl?
And
that's what you all do, too. The Small Business Development Center does that as well.
Resources to small businesses every single day.
For free?
For free.
Yeah, there's no excuse, right?
None.
Yeah.
We eliminated the barriers and the bars to entry to this game of small business.
Because it's not an easy game to play. It's really tough being a small business owner.
You know, the trend is small business growth has been going down for about 40 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I thought it was increasing.
Well, so did I, but the trend is that it's going down, and part of the problem I think is people just don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and that's why it's important for us to be out here talking to the community via, the radio, and then we do a lot of outreach.
Right.
I mean, we're out there every day. So to get people informed so that they can make a decision whether or not they want to get into this game of small business.
Small business ownership, yeah.
Organization, structure, discipline, perseverance are the qualities that a small business owner needs to have to be successful.
Yeah.
From a financial standpoint, I would say about 12 to 18 months of reserves need to be on hand before you open your doors.
When you say reserves, you mean reserve money needs to be on hand that you can
operate
on and live on. You have to have money to live on as well, unless you're going to keep your job on the side.
Well, we would prefer that you're all in. Okay? All in.
That's a hard one there. Sometimes, being all in and not getting a steady paycheck, because you have a lot of people who, still have to work part-time in order to make certain that they get a steady income. But you're saying SBA prefers that you be 100% business owner.
That you're all in. Yeah. That's right.
I'm going to tell you, a buddy of mine that was very successful in his business endeavors, his blueprint was always, I got to have at least 12 months of operating expenses for that business.
Yeah.
Payroll, the whole 9.
Yeah.
Before he would open the doors.
Okay.
And he was extremely successful.
Yeah.
His businesses did not fail.
Sometimes it takes a year or two, though, before you begin to see profitability. I've heard that a lot, that it can take up to 2 years before you start seeing profits. Well, what do you say about that, Rod?
Well, it's typically about 3 years to break even.
Oh, wow.
After year 3, then you should begin to, see some small profitability.
So that's scary, though, for a lot of people out there considering starting a small business. They have to, 3 years. That means a lot of times they do have to have another job on the side. What do you say to them about that? How are you all in when it's going to take you 3 years to make money?
Starting a small business is not for the faint of heart.
That's right. So how explain that? That's not churning correctly in my head. If you aren't going to make money for 2 to 3 years, even if you put aside 1 year, what do you do for that other year or 2?
Now, remember, that's 1 year for the business.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but I also say that there should be what you call your long-term rainy day fund. Okay, that is above and separate from the 12 months to 18 months of operating expenses.
Right.
Okay, that the business will incur.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So there should be, and so here's the thing. If you think you're going to go in business, keep your overhead low.
Yeah. Very low.
Yeah.
Very low. Okay.
Run your business out of your house if you have to.
If you can. Yeah.
If you can. Yeah. Which a lot of businesses are doing.
Yeah. A lot of businesses start in the garage or in the man cave or woman cave, right? For a while.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Okay.
Instead of running out and paying a bunch of money in a lease,
for office space, you're not even going to use.
Right.
Well, let's back up from the office space for a minute.
Okay.
Not renting an apartment on H Street at the Apollo for $3,000 a month.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right. You said not renting for
Not
$3,000.
renting for $3,000. That's what
Right.
a 645 square foot, 1-bedroom apartment leases for.
In Harlem.
No. H Street.
Oh,
H
I thought you
Street.
said at the Apollo. I'm sorry.
The name of the apartment is the Apollo.
Oh, the Apollo. Okay.
Yeah.
It's $3,000 for
3,000
645 square feet.
645 square feet.
Wow.
$3,000 a month. Then you pay extra for the garage parking.
The parking, yeah.
Okay.
And you got your
So-
cable and your
You have
utilities.
to be crazy.
Yes.
to do
Okay.
that.
So you're saying if you're a small business owner,
Keep your living expenses
Low,
low.
right.
Very
Yeah,
low.
right.
Okay. If you need to have a roommate, 2, 3, or 4, okay.
Do it.
Or
Then
if you
do
gotta
it.
live in somebody else's basement.
Okay. And you
Yeah.
don't need to drive the 750 IL
Right.
BMW. Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to drive the Ford Focus for a while.
Right.
That's
Okay.
right.
They
Yeah.
keep the
Or
expenses
have
low.
no car at all.
Or have no car note at all.
Yeah, no
right?
car
Yeah.
note.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
You
you're
know?
keeping it real, which we like. Our listeners need to hear this, because when they're either considering opening a business or they're running a business, they need to know it's not all glamour. It's not glamorous at all.
I'm gonna put up my poster child is Dana Holly,
Dana. Oh, right. Yes. Who we had on the
did
show.
everything in her business.
Yes.
Everything.
Yes. She's the one that owns the
assisted living
Yeah.
facilities,
She
two
was
of
the
them.
she was the cook.
The
She
cook,
the bathroom cleaner. She
the
cleaned up after
washed
the people.
clothes,
Yeah, she did everything.
took them
And
to the
lived
doctors
there.
and lived there.
in the
I
living
mean, she
assistance place.
sacrificed so that she can have what she has now.
Right, but it was a sacrifice.
It was
for
a
sure.
sacrifice,
Yeah.
and owning a business
It
is
is
a sacrifice.
That is so true.
So
Yeah.
I keep hearing about the SBA and what it is that they do for small businesses. So can you elaborate on that? I mean, I know I'm a partner, and so, but we want the audience to know.
All right. So I would always tell people to start out with SCORE, okay, which is the retired executives. And these retired executives come from many different industries. And so if you need assistance with your business plan, because sometimes call shop may be backed up with assisting, new business owners. So come on down to Southwest and get off at the Federal Center Southwest Metro Station. Come to SCORE. Let those gentlemen help you pull your business plan together. All right, so that's the first part. Then the second part may be you just may need a micro loan, okay? And so there are various places that you can go to get that loan for even $500. So I'm going to make a
That's
plug
right.
here for Life Asset because they'll do a business loan for as small as $500 on an unsecured basis.
Life Asset
Life
is the name
Asset.
of the company.
Life Asset is the name of the company.
Okay.
And they'll do a loan as small as $500 on
Unsecured.
an unsecured. And you don't need a 650 FICO score.
Oh, you don't need.
So they'll go below the 650 and still make that loan.
That's good to know, Carl. We
Oh,
need to
yeah.
let our
For
audience
people
keep that
that-
in mind. Yeah, Life Asset.
because it's not a cookie cutter approach.
Right.
Number one.
Right.
And you have to have tools for people at all levels.
Well, and speaking of all levels, what does the SBA do for people who are already small business owners and they still, you need support as a small business owner, ongoing support?
Well, we can still send them to the SBDCs
Right.
because the SBDCs provide various trainings for business owners to continue to grow.
Lots of workshops,
Okay,
Carl's
so
shop
there are a lot
does.
of workshops that you can attend, and they may be $20, Carl.
They're
Most of them
free.
are free.
Some,
Yeah, most of them are free.
because some of them are
Some of them were like $10.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And I call that a nuisance tax because 80 people would register and 8 would show up. And we made 80 packets.
Oh,
you know?
wow, yeah.
So, yeah, we would charge them $10. And guess what? You know what? If 18 people registered, 18 people showed up because they got their $10 worth.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, does the SBA? Well, we only have 2 minutes left, but the SBA, are there any
Well, we
workshops?
focus on the programs, okay? So there's typically the 2 signatures, the 7A program and the 504 program.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about the 504.
And the 504 is primarily used for commercial real estate, but you can also use it for equipment, But the 7A you can also use for commercial real estate and working capital lines of credit.
Yeah, where with the 504, you can't use that loan for working capital.
Yeah, I remember we talked about that. Yeah. Roderick, you've been a great guest. So much good information. The show is, the segment is over. Can you believe it? You still have a lot to tell.
I still have a lot to talk about.
We got to have you back on.
We're going to have you back on because
in
January, we're going to do a host of roundtables. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be like drilling down how we can get these businesses to the next level.
That's exactly what we need.
So we're going to have you come back in January.
Yeah.
Good. I'd love to come out.
Great.
So give them your email address again.
Yes, it's Roderick. Yep, Roderick.Johnson@sba.gov. Mm-hmm. And my phone number is 240-997-4024.
And tell them Carl and Sharrarne sent you.
There you go.
It's good to have you on the show, Roderick.
Yeah, thank you so much, Roderick.
Yeah, my pleasure.
We'll be right back after these messages here on SiriusXM Channel 141.